What exactly is search engine optimization? Let's pay a visit to a terrific site that knows a whole lot about this subject, Sempo.org. During these tutorials, by the way, I will be sharing with you dozens and dozens of terrific websites, and I encourage you to make note of them to visit later. Let's click on Sempo's Learning Center page to find out just what SEO is all about. Sempo has an excellent glossary on all the search engine marketing terms you'll be hearing me use throughout this training. In fact, we'll be going over several of them in a future video. Now let's go ahead and scroll down and find the definition for search engine optimization. Here it is, way down here in the S's. Search engine optimization. The act of altering a website so that it does well in the organic crawler-based listings of search engines. In the past, it has also been used as a term for any type of search engine marketing activity, though now the term search engine marketing itself has taken over for this, also called SEO. Now that we know what SEO is all about, altering a website in some way, let's see this in action. For this tutorial example, let's pretend I live in Los Angeles, California, and I'm going out of town on vacation with my wife. There's only one problem. We have a dog named Fonda, and the person who normally pets this Fonda for us is also going out of town the same time. What to do? We need to take our pet to a dog boarding kennel. Let's go over to Yahoo, and let's put in a search term. I'm going to go ahead and just paste in the term dog boarding Los Angeles that I had typed in a little bit earlier. Let's go ahead and conduct a search for this. At the top, we have the sponsored results. Well, we're not really interested in these for this tutorial, so let's go ahead and scroll down and let's see who consistently has a high ranking in the search engines. Well, right here we have some local search results, and we'll talk about that later in a future video. But let's see who's in the very top positions. Number 1, looks like ParadiseRanch.net owns the top position. Well, that's pretty cool. Wow. Number 2. ParadiseRanch.net also has the second position. How about 3 and 4? Looks like FindPetCare.com has the third position, and the fourth is owned by Rover Kennels. All right, let's conduct a totally different search for this on MSN. We'll go ahead and use the exact terms. I'll copy and paste that right over here, dog boarding Los Angeles, and let's do that again. Let's see who shows up. Again, we have sponsored listings, some local here in MSN, and incredibly, over here in MSN, Paradise Ranch again shows up in the first and the second position right here, followed by Puppy Pals and some other folks here. Let's now run over to Google, and we'll do that yet again. Paste that in, dog boarding Los Angeles. We'll just get right past those sponsored links for a moment. And this time we have local listings again, LAOK, Boarding Kennel, Puppy Pals, but down here on page 1 for the third time in a search engine, ParadiseRanch.net shows up with 2 different pages. Now let's jump over to yet one more search engine, and no kidding, I'm going over to Dogpile. And let's try something here. Dogpile is very interesting because Dogpile will actually take the best of all the various search engines, Google, Yahoo, MSN, Ask Jeeves, and other ones, and bring it all together in one search. Basically, the best of all search engines right up here. Well, let's look at this very carefully, because what this is saying over here at Dogpile, that Rover is number 1. But if we look very, very carefully here, it is sponsored by Rover, meaning this is actually a sponsored ad. Rover is paying for a position across all these different search engines to be there. Let's look at number 2. We have FindPetCare.com dog boarding, which looks like it's probably a directory of some kind. And then we have number 3, Paradise Ranch sponsored, meaning Paradise Ranch itself has paid advertising on the web, followed by WagsToWhiskers.com, yet again another sponsored ad on the web. But the true first place position that Dogpile is reporting across all the search engines is in fact ParadiseRanch.net. Let's go ahead and click on that in just a minute, but before I do, I want to point out something. Have you ever wondered why on earth some of these terms or these words here like dog and Los Angeles, and boarding are in fact bolded. Well, if we scroll to the top, the reason they're bolded is these are the exact keywords that I typed in up here in the search query box. What that means is there is some serious search engine optimization going on here. What is happening here, and specifically with Paradise Ranch, is that this place on their website is called a page title. And in that page title is the keywords. And they're bolded because on Paradise Ranch's dogboarding.html webpage, these keywords match exactly what I typed into these search engines. Dog boarding Los Angeles. Now, interesting enough, I'm not seeing it bolded right here, but it is bolded up here, as you can see. Well, let's go ahead and click on this, because I would like to introduce you to another aspect of search engine optimization, and that's called a landing page. Notice that we did not land on the Paradise Ranch website homepage. It looks like this. Here it is. But we actually landed on dog boarding. And the reason is this is a highly optimized page for the keywords dog boarding Los Angeles. Now, I'm going to share with you a wonderful, cool, and free tool that you can get from all the various search engines. Let's go up to View, Toolbars, and in this case, I'm going to go with one called the Yahoo Toolbar. And I'm going to simply paste those same terms right here into the Yahoo Toolbar box and click on this little highlight pin, and wow, check this out. What I have done with one click here in this little toolbar is I have highlighted the search terms that I started with in this tutorial, meaning we are kind of discovering secretly what's on this page, how this page was optimized. It turns out that in this heading tag across the top, dog boarding Los Angeles appears. Down here in this heading tag, down here in this body text, and probably in several other areas. In fact, if I roll over a photograph, I see dog boarding Los Angeles in a photo. Bottom line, this is a highly optimized web page, and this web page shows up for that keyword term, dog boarding Los Angeles. All of these SEO elements I've pointed out and several others are what has made Paradise Ranch Country Club for Dogs the top dog when searching for dog training in Los Angeles, California. Earlier I talked about altering websites. Let's take a look at one more element of search engine optimization in action. You may recall across all the search engines we had those titles that had dog boarding Los Angeles in them. Well, where exactly was that coming from? Well, look way, way, way up here at the very top of the browser. Up here you see dog boarding, dog kennel, Los Angeles, Paradise Ranch. This in fact is called a page title, and this is what shows up in the various search engines. If we take a little peek behind the scenes by going View, Source, we can now actually look at the code for Paradise Ranch. In fact, we're going to cover each and every one of these in great detail in a future video. But at the top here, we have what's called the title, and the title is what's showing up way up here in the browser. This is what shows up in your bookmarks when you do a favorite, bookmark a page. It's also what shows up in all the search engines across the top. And you can see here that the title of this page is Dog Boarding, Dog Kennel, Los Angeles, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 of the keywords I actually searched for. Below that is the description meta tag. Again, we'll talk about that in a future movie, but notice that dog boarding and Los Angeles again are showing up. This is an optimized site, highly optimized for these keywords. In fact, one thing I did not type in was dog kennel, but this page would have showed up for that too. Bottom line is this. All of these SEO elements I pointed out and several others are what has made Paradise Country Club for Dogs the top dog when searching for dog boarding in Los Angeles, California.